Hi, and welcome to Writer's Ramble. I'm Michael,
And I'm Deanna.
and today we're doing another story time. We're on Chapter 3, titled Clues.
Blue's
Deanna,
Clues.
who's Steve and who's Blue?
I don't remember. I don't know. Like, I hardly even watched that as a kid. I was watching The Mummy.
Alright, you get to be Paprika,
Okay.
and I'll be Blue, and the fan over there can be the mailbox.
Okay.
I think we've got this settled now. Ready?
Because you can totally see them.
Yeah. For those who can't see, which is everybody, there's a fan over there.
Mm-hmm.
And it is the mailbox. Now, it gives me letters. Don't question it.
I don't know. I think you're hallucinating.
Maybe. I've been off my meds for a couple hours now. Let's get going.
Anyways, Chapter 3, Clues. When Jace got home from school, it was 4:35 p.m., because that's important stuff.
Gotta know it.
How was school? Dad asked Jace. It was okay, Jace answered, scanning through the fridge, even though he wasn't hungry. Dad was doing bills.
Haha, relatable.
Yeah, dad stuff.
I was talking about the fridge thing. Hashtag adulting, doing the bills. Is that like the only thing you knew that adults did back in the day when you were writing it?
Apparently. Just okay, Dad asked, looking up. Yeah, and I'll talk about it later. I'm going outside to play with Dexter. Which, as you'll learn in a second, is their dog. And
Why are you spoiling things?
I just feel the need to state something. When I was first writing this, I think I named the dog like Max, and I thought that was like too much of a cliche dog name, so I was like, I'll just name it after my real life dog because
Because that's more original.
yeah.
How is that original? You just stole it.
At the time I thought I was being smart, but it's
Is that how you spelled Dexter?
yeah, I wasn't smart.
No, I mean, is that how you guys like?
No.
No. Okay, you just spelled it wrong. It's spelled Dexster.
Do you see like half the words in this story? They're all spelled wrong.
I like it because it's like a Dexter.
Dexter.
Yeah. Anyway.
But I just thought it was kind of, at least looking back at it now, it's kind of funny because it's like warned against, like, you know, if you're a writer, you shouldn't be naming things after, you know, like, whether it's like people like in real life that you know or whatever. But in this case, I was just like, oh, this is a good idea. Like, it's not self-insert, but it's like self-insert your real life pets, you know.
I mean, I doubt that you could get doxxed because of your dog, but yeah.
I should have just kept it Max if, you know, that's my personal opinion now, but anyways. Jace shut the refrigerator door and headed outside to play with his dog Dexter. Jace took out a bouncy ball and tossed it to Dexter. Dexter jumped up and caught it in his mouth and his tail wagged happily. He's already a better dog than, like, my dog. My dog couldn't catch things. I'd throw it and he'd just kind of look at me.
Yeah, from what I've gathered that you've mentioned about your dog, he was just a useless potato of a being.
He was very sweet, but definitely not smart. They played for at least an hour. Jace patted Dexter... Oh, I said that weird. Jace patted Dexter's head. It'd help if I wrote an S in there. I did not. Anyways, but something blue captured Jace's eyes. It looked like a ball inside another ball, and it had tentacles. Interesting
This
stuff.
sounds like the beginning of a weird video involving an anime girl.
Do you have something in particular in mind?
Tentacles, Deanna.
Okay.
I'm not gonna explain it further.
Well, now I'm curious. Would you like to tell our lovely viewers what you were talking about?
I think they know. I don't.
Am I just innocent here?
It's a thing in like
They
Japanese.
just talk about like weird tentacle porn or something.
Yeah, you knew what I was talking about. Why'd you make me explain it?
Didn't realize it was, I don't know, anime.
Well, yeah. I mean, it's hentai is Japanese. It's anime.
I guess I'm just too, vanilla? I don't know. It was blue and it floated above the ground. It floated towards the sandbox and sank into it and disappeared. Jace raced to the sandbox and started digging, because you gotta be extra and run at all times possible. Jace found
He
a...
absolutely sprinted at that sandbox. His feet barely touched the ground. He needed that ball. He needed those tentacles in his lonely life.
Jace found a note at the bottom. Go to a place where you eat. That was scribbled on the note. How cryptic.
I feel like it's kind of funny that the ball decided, you know what, I'm not going to just reveal myself to you while you're alone outside, which would probably make the most sense. I'm going to give you a scavenger hunt.
You know, this is like 10-year-old logic. It's like, this is a great idea.
Oh, you know what this sounds like to me?
Huh.
This sounds like you were including Zelda puzzles, kind of.
I mean, I did draw a lot of inspiration from specifically Wind Waker, that's what I would have been playing. But, like, they obviously did it a lot better.
Well, I mean, in a video game, you can interact. It's fun to do the puzzle. If you're just listening to somebody do a puzzle, it's a lot less interesting. She's like, and then I solved the puzzle. Wow.
Riveting stuff.
No, I'll tell you what's riveting stuff. Back in 1930, whatever, when I was building the Empire State Building.
Okay. I mean, I get
Riveting.
it. Yeah. Wow. Wow, this is weird, but I have to know what's going on, Jace murmured to himself. Oh, no, that was murmured. My spelling was just really atrocious. I feel like once I discovered that word, I used it a lot in my story. You'll see it scattered throughout my story. Like,
man, everyone's murmuring. No one can understand each other.
I have to know what's going on.
Now what?
It's like all these characters, they're 10, but they sound like alcoholics.
At 2 a.m. on a Friday night.
He ran into the kitchen and found another note on the fridge. Go to a place where you watch TV, it said.
Is no one else seeing these notes, or...?
I don't know, they're like magically appearing right in time for him to see, maybe. I don't know if I knew at the time. Jace hurried to the living room. There was a note on the TV. Go to a place where you park cars in. Jace scrambled to the garage. I feel like with all these, like in between each instruction, I have like a new movement for him, like scrambled or racing or whatever. But scrambled is like kind of.
Jace moonwalked to the backyard. Jace crab clawed over to the roof.
Jace barrel rolled into the backyard.
Jace turned into a fighter jet and launched into the next street.
Jace phased through into the attic.
Jace turned into a spring like that power up in Mario Galaxy, and he just bounced on over.
A note was taped on the windshield. He ripped it off. Go to a place where you sleep. Jace jogged up to his room. There was a note on his pillow. Go to a place where you put old stuff in. Okay.
I'd be kind of upset as if I were Jace at this point. Like, I feel like I might have just given up. Like, what's going on? This is taking too long. Why are there so many steps?
I don't know. I feel like at that age, it'd be like, ooh, this is exciting.
It's probably what you were thinking when you were writing it.
Well, I mean, yeah, I was like 10. I apparently knew what was entertaining for 10-year-olds. Jay sprinted to the basement. He found a note on the door. Look for a book, it commanded him. What? He murmured.
It commanded him.
Look for a book.
Do it!
Mom opened up the door. What are you doing? You've been acting weird for the last 30 minutes. I'm just watching porn, Mom, leave me alone.
He wouldn't do it. Well, actually, I don't know if anyone has done that, at like 10. Feels a little early.
I'm sure there probably are some out there that I don't know what it's like to be a boy at that age. I imagine
Boy,
that's
Jace was
early.
a horn dog.
Well, there was that YouTuber we were watching where someone was like reading this awful story, and like the kid was like supposed to be about that age, and he was banging like a teenager.
And he was 11 or 12.
Similar enough in age. They're too young for that.
Maybe he was 13. I don't know. I think 13 isn't like that's like an age that seems normal for that.
Do you by any chance know the name of this compelling story that our audience would maybe be curious in reading?
I would only read it for the entertainment value of how terrible it is. One of those so bad it's good type things. Even then, I don't even know if people would really want to read it because it's oh boy.
I don't know.
If anyone is familiar with the fantastic and very heavy air quotes YouTuber Onision, he created 3 books actually. One of which was called Reaper's Creek or something like that. And it's awful. It's terrible.
Spoiler alert.
But kind of funny because of how terrible it is.
I just like to include, spoiler alert, it's pretty metal, like he like kills God at one point.
And then he kills like God's dad or something. I don't know. It gets a tiny bit out there at some point. It starts off with like aliens and then somehow it turns into that. So yeah, if you want to know what I'm talking about, read it. Or I could also recommend a YouTuber who that's how I learned about this book. I didn't actually read it. The YouTuber's name is Kappa Kaiju. He did a really long YouTube video about it, but I would say it's really entertaining if you're into longer form YouTube videos about books. Bad ones anyway.
And it sounds like it was like a review that he did on it.
Yeah.
Just to clarify.
Yep. Check that out if you want to. Yeah.
Anyways, back to the story. Jace hid the note behind his back. Oh, I'm just, playing hide and seek with Sean. His mom's eyebrows went up. Your father's helping Sean with his homework. Oh, no wonder why I couldn't find him. Haha, that little cheater. Jace lied. I'll be up there in a little bit. I'm just getting a good look around here. Alright, his mom said, leaving. She's like, that boy is lying. He's a terrible liar.
It's like, I hope he doesn't find the bodies.
So I hope he doesn't know I'm cheating. Jace put the note in his pocket. He walked towards a desk. The desk looked old. It had cobwebs on it. And a big...
That's how you know it's old.
Yeah. Which is kind of weird. They just moved there. Maybe the previous owners left it. I don't know.
Yeah. I think they would have noticed that as they were moving in. Man, your story could be so much better written. Who could believe it?
Yeah, because it definitely wasn't written by a child. And a big inch-thick brown book was on top, because an inch is a gigantic book, obviously.
Oh yeah, that's definitely more than 100 pages.
At that age, I just, could not comprehend,
Now what is an inch?
Never mind looking at books like Les Miserables that are fucking ripped.
Freaking foot-long books. $5 foot-long books.
Jace picked it up. He walked upstairs with the book in his arms. Just so that you know it wasn't hovering in front of him. Jace looked over...
He used his previously not-mentioned telekinesis to pick the book up.
He carried it with his feet.
Walking on his hands.
Jace looked over at Dad. Now, 8 divided by 9 equals, he said, looking at Sean. Is it 17? And Sean guessed. It's kind
8
of
divided by 9?
yeah, that's kind of
That's like...
it's a weird equation to give, I feel like.
Yeah, that'd be like a decimal
Yeah.
answer.
Yeah.
Okay. And also, just on top of that, Sean is supposed to be a flippin' moron, as you've established thus far. So, so that's extra unfair. He should be in like the slow class, you know?
Yeah. Dad chuckled. You should take tutoring after school.
As if the dad could even know that. I wouldn't know that without using a calculator or like writing it all out right now.
Yeah, I was like trying to make him look dumb, but well, like you said, it really wasn't fair because like even I have to kind of think about it. Like, like what is that?
So really, you were the dumb one all along.
I'd also just like to say in school they had you, you know, uh, trying to do math equations without calculators, but in the adult world, you know what you use mostly? Calculators.
They're preparing you for when...
You get those math tests out of nowhere.
Oh yeah, those random math tests that you have to do in your adult life. No, I was gonna say, they're preparing you for the apocalypse, where the mathematicians rise up and, cell phone service goes out the window. You can't charge your phone anymore, and they subject you to various math tests. That's the future that all mathematicians know will come about in the year 2012.
Yeah, I've been preparing all these years.
Yeah. Those who haven't been preparing, you're far behind. I think it's too late for you. I'm sorry.
Yeah, you should go to tutoring like Sean.
You should go to tutoring.
Jay shook his head. Sean was so stupid. Sean was smarter in the past than he was now. Or I said is now. Okay.
Wait, are you... He's like regressing?
Yeah.
Oh no, he's got a deteriorating brain rot.
I feel like the only explanation is he must have gotten into drugs at some point.
This like 8-year-old. He's like, I'll have your finest black tar heroin, please. Right in my bloodstream, baby.
Children, do not do drugs. It'll fuck you up in ways you don't want it to.
You don't want to end up like Sean, do you?
Sean, that freaking idiot. Oh. So Sean was smarter in the past than he was now. A mouse would find cheese faster than Sean would. How can he even get dressed without putting something on backwards? Jace wondered as he shut the door to his room. Because Jace is very nice. And that's the end of this chapter.
We could just honestly take out the rest of the entire story and just keep all the parts where you're roasting Sean and make it just like a, like a roast, like a diss track.
Yeah, I was about to say. I feel like the real victim in this story is Sean.
Yeah, what did he ever do to you?
He was born last. Therefore, idiot.
I don't know how to explain this to you, but you were born last, Deanna.
How did you know?
You told me? Oh no, the brain rot's setting in.
Oh no, I'm regressing. But I think that would conclude this chapter. Next chapter, it's called, Fairy?
You gotta say it like it's a YouTube clickbait thing, like, a fairy? Huh? Gone wrong, gone sexual? What?
I'll leave you in charge for the next ones.
You gotta get like the surprised face. It's gotta be circled in like a red circle with arrows pointing to it. Maybe like that, I don't know what the effect is called, but where like it indicates like motion. Like everything's kind of like zooming in on the center of the frame. And then
Bold font.
And then like very small text like in the bottom right hand corner, it will say like 500 free V-Bucks Fortnite Victory Royale.
See, I'll let you design the thumbnails.
I'm gonna drive away everyone we want to attract by being the worst, most
No,
YouTubery YouTuber.
we're attracting the right people.
I don't think I want the. I think the people who click on those thumbnails are the ones with actual brain rot.
Don't insult our audience.
I don't want that to be our audience. It's freaking gonna get a whole bunch of 7-year-olds commenting about Amogus. Yeah.
You see,
And
they're
$19 Fortnite cards.
But you see, they want to read this compelling story because it's attracting that audience. It was written by a child.
Written by children for children. Now that's what I call literature 37.
This literature will make you illiterate.
Illiterature. Well, that's about all the time we have for this one. It's a bit of a shorter episode, a bit of a shorter chapter, with plenty of commentary between all of it. But I thought it was pretty good.
Thanks.
Yeah, good job.
Thank
I was
you.
talking about myself mostly.
Yeah.
I'm the better half of the two of us here, and do not forget your place.
It's like, screw you, 10-year-old me. Loser. You're the youngest, huh?
Brain rot. But anyway, that'll be all for today. And next time we will be talking about a fairy, question mark, question mark. Tune in for that next time. I was going to say next week, but I don't know when it'll actually come out.
20 years later.
It'll come out in the year 2012 between your mandatory math quizzes. Okay, bye.
Bye.